Hello, good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. It's Deb Morgan here. Of course, you know that already. And I'm going live using StreamYard. So please, if you're joining me on Facebook, please give StreamYard permission to access your profile so that I can see who is joining me and who's leaving comments. And if you are joining me elsewhere on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, then please let me know. Give me some thumbs up, give me some likes, etc. And I will speak to you then. Sorry, I've got stuff going on in my ears. I've got my things in and they've just started talking to me, bizarrely. Anyway, sorry for being a little bit disconnected there and distracted, but there we go. I want to talk to you today about why you shouldn't listen to the relationship gurus. Now, you might think, Deb, you're a relationships coach and yet you're basically telling us not to listen to you. Well, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is stop listening to everybody who's promising you and guaranteeing you your fairy tale ending. Because I've said it time and time again, and if you've followed me for any length of time, you will know that I don't believe the hype of Hollywood and Disney and no end of films and TV programs and even articles that tell us that our Prince Charming is out there waiting for all of us and we're going to get swept off into the sunset. Because you know what? That's societal conditioning, and it just buys into the patriarchal society that we live in, the society that women need to be rescued. And it does nothing to help women feel empowered, feel independent, and feel strong or confident. And it keeps perpetuating this myth, this conditioning that we need a man or a partner in order to be happy. And I don't believe that for an instant. We absolutely don't. A partner is a nice to have. It's a want, it's a desire, but it is not an absolute need. We do not need a partner in order to be happy. We do not need a partner in order to feel fulfilled, to feel successful, to feel loved. It's great if we have one that helps us make and feel all those things, but we don't need one. Our life is not incomplete without a partner. So let's stop listening to all of those gurus out there. Let's stop buying into Hollywood and Disney who tell us that we need a partner in our lives or there is something missing if we don't have them. Because we absolutely don't need a partner if we don't want one. And that's perhaps where I'm a little bit different when it comes to a lot of the relationship gurus out there. For a start, I don't guarantee that your relationship that you're in right now is the one you're going to stay in. What sort of relationship coach makes that sort of guarantee or non-guarantee? Absolutely not. The only guarantee I'll make is that you will leave or finish working with me knowing that you have the ability and the tools in order to make the decisions about relationships that are right for you. Because when we look at it, when we look at people, we are all so different. Yes, we'll all have some similarities, but we are all unique beings. That's what makes the human race so wonderful. So when you consider that we are trying to get two absolutely unique human beings to slot together perfectly, and then when you find your perfect match, you're going to ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. It's a bit of a tall order. That's not to say it can't be done. But there are so many gurus out there who tell you that you need to match this, that and the other, and that on paper you don't fit with somebody. And it's a load of tosh, quite frankly. When I just look at my own example, I use myself as an example in lots of cases. On paper, I should still be with my second husband. On paper, we are so similar. We have similar likes, we have similar desires and motivations. And yet, in reality, we would have killed each other. That, beside the fact that he was also abusive, let's just park that for a moment. but we do not get on. My partner, who I've now been with for almost 10 years, incidentally longer than either of my marriages, on paper, we absolutely do not fit. Nobody in their right mind would put us together on paper. Yet, we totally work together. And, there's lots of reasons why that works. And now is neither the time nor the place to go into that. But I do go into that when I'm coaching. I do go into that in one-to-ones. I use lots of examples in that basis. But when we stop looking at a tick box, at ourselves and our relationship as a tick box exercise, when we start looking at the things that are important to us, then we start to open ourselves up to the possibilities of what is out there. Now, some of those possibilities, it might be that you absolutely desire to live alone and be alone, having a string of lovers until the day you die. And that's fine if that's what you want and that is what works for you. Equally, the next person I work with might absolutely want to be married, love to be married, want that security of being in a relationship, living with somebody, spending 24/7 with somebody. And that is fine too. But neither of those examples are for everybody. And what I do with my clients is to help them work out what is right for them, because only when we know what is right for us can we then go out and pursue it. And I'm not saying, chase that person down the pavement, down the street, and tackle them to the ground and drag them home, like the cavemen did, club them over their head. But let's work out what it is we want, what makes us tick as individuals, and then work out what our relationship, our ideal relationship, will look like to us. And those are all of the things I work with my clients, whether you work with me on a one-to-one basis or in my group. And if you want to find out more, come and join me this evening, 7 o'clock this evening. I am going live on Zoom to launch or relaunch the Unmasked membership, where we talk about all of this stuff, where I work with those who choose to work with me on finding out what makes them tick and what is right for them. And there's no judgment, because what's right for me isn't going to be right for you and isn't going to be right for the next person. Lots of people think I'm absolutely stark raving mad. Other people think I speak a load of sense. That is entirely up to you. You make those decisions, whatever you choose, just as you choose what food to put in your body, so you can choose what sort of relationship you want. And it might not look like your parents' relationship, or your sister's relationship, or your brother's relationship, or your friend's relationship, or your work colleague's relationship. It probably won't look like what Hollywood or Disney are telling you should have, or any of the books you read are telling you should have. But it will look perfect to you. It will absolutely be your perfect relationship. It is totally possible to have a perfect relationship. But that perfect relationship has to be had on your terms for it to work, for it to last, and for it to absolutely make your heart sing. Every relationship is different. And it's those differences that make us stronger, that make us powerful, and make our relationships rock solid. And I help you work through those. Come and join me tonight in the Unmasked membership, Masked Ball. I've put the link in the comments below. Register there, you will get the Zoom link, and I will see you at 7 o'clock this evening. But whether you join me or not, please don't listen to those relationship gurus. Settle for your relationship. Don't settle for your relationship. Strive for your relationship on your terms, whatever that looks like. Because until you have the relationship you want on your terms, you're not going to be happy. And that relationship might not even be with another person. It might just be about the relationship you have with yourself, which is the most important relationship you can have. Hope to see you tonight at 7 o'clock. Otherwise, I will be with you again at a later date. Speak to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me.